Hi, I'm Pat Barnard, Group Managing Editor for TMCnet, coming to you from IT Expo East 2011 here in Miami. And joining me is Emmett Tydings, CEO of AB&T Telecom. Hey Emmett, how you doing?
Hey, good Pat, thank you. How are you?
Welcome, and thanks for coming to the show. So why don't you start off by giving us a brief overview of AB&T Telecom?
Well, in the industry of telecommunications, we're known as a master agent historically, but we have a shifting model. We've been in business since 1963, so we've been around longer than most. We're headquartered out of the Baltimore, Washington area, with an office in Charlotte, North Carolina also. We have reselling partners around the country that consist of VARs, consultants, telecom agents, IT systems integrators, about 500 of them.
Right.
Geographically dispersed from coast to coast. And we have a sister company here at IT Expo, a company that we've been funding for 2 years called Green Apps. They have a booth here, and that is cloud services, predominantly offering software as a service, about 36 business applications for the enterprise.
Right, key area to tap into and a perfectly logical one based on the evolution of things, right?
It's been great, actually.
Yeah, okay, good, that's great. So I understand that you made an announcement, is that right, recently? Regarding, or you have a plan,
yes,
I should say.
We've worked hard, we're always busy. So we introduced a unified communications platform here at the show. And it is built upon the BroadSoft platform integrated with Microsoft, specifically with Microsoft Exchange, OCS, as opposed to Link, because the OCS is not a multi-tenant product yet. So we have Microsoft OCS, SharePoint, Exchange, and that's integrated with the BroadSoft platform, so pushing everything all the way down to anywhere, anytime, any device, work for the user, wired or wireless.
Right, okay. And you were telling me before about plans to move into the platform as a service, infrastructure as a service market. Is that something you want to capitalize on as well?
Yeah, we're always busy, as I said. So we are launching a platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. Actually, the first two kind of service silos that will roll out next month will be storage as a service and compute as a service off of that platform. We intend to do that for both the commercial markets that we're in now and also public sector, specifically federal government.
Okay, great. Considering the fact that when you look across most of the verticals and industries, you know, and here I'm thinking probably a little bit about retail as one of them, in terms of the fact that the web has done so much to facilitate the direct model. And I'm just throwing this out there just for comparison purposes. Explain to me the importance of the master agent reseller model in telecom and how it continues to persist and grow and serve the industry.
And kind of versus direct on the web?
Well, I'm just using that just as a contrast, I guess, really.
Well, okay, so relationships are always key in any business, whether it's I don't know, the real estate industry or, you know, pick an industry, pharmaceuticals, so that prevails in our industry also. Whether you're talking about IT, cloud, telecom, you know, the convergence, you can label it a lot of ways. So relationships are key. If you're some sort of service provider here in Miami, the relationships with whatever businesses are here are most solid. If the decision making's here, they're making it with people by and large. I think the kind of web self-service model is more consumer-oriented at this point. And even those companies like a Best Buy that has maybe some telecommunication services you can buy on the web or actually get in a Best Buy store, that's not the business that the folks, I think, at this venue are in. They're in the kind of executive level relationship with the client for services.
Right, and of course, there's a whole logistical aspect of it, you know, with regard to feet on the street, the fact that there are so many businesses out there, they're all looking to adopt, you know, hosted VoIP services and whatnot to improve their business operations. Obviously, there would be challenges there in terms, even with the major players, in terms of being able to reach all. You really need to have that feet on the street still, don't you?
You sure do. So unified communications or VoIP, voice over internet's a great example. There's a lot of misnomers out there about what exactly that is. So there's very much a consultative service there.
Right,
Customers all have different needs, so there's no one-size-fits-all solution. So we kind of have a breadth of solutions that we hone for the client.
Right.
That takes sales consulting and the engineers, which don't come cheap,
Right.
that have to back that up.
Right, right. So there's a lot of advantages in going with a reseller or master agent. For example, if you're looking at web-based services, just to help you navigate through the wide range of solutions that are out there. I'm sure there's plenty of people who try to go it alone and be like, okay, we're going to be able to choose a hosted VoIP services ourselves. Mm-hmm. We'll go and we'll find the information that we want. But I just figured I'd throw that out there as just sort of a big top of mind question, because we continue to see the master agent and reseller model, keep its hold in telecom, if not grow and proliferate, because of the expanding array of services of all different types and all the different players that are out there in the market.
Right.
So,
couldn't agree with you more. Really.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting phenomenon.
I think there's carriers that are doing that also. You'll have companies like Megapath, New Edge, just to name two. There's several that are aggregating other carriers' assets and delivering a suite of services that, frankly, that the Verizon and AT&T can't offer, because they really have their bag of tricks and can't pull. Verizon will never work with AT&T, basically.
Right. So I understand that you participated in a panel session, right? Was that this morning?
That was this morning. Actually, I just came from that with telecom attorney Ben Bronston, who's here exhibiting at the show also. Great guy.
Okay.
And
what was that about?
It was about contracts, carrier contracts, service contracts, and master agents for our reseller base, these VARs and consultants. Pretty tough waters to navigate for a lot of folks, and so that was just really an advice to folks with questions about contracts. For those of us that have battled through the contract morass for, me personally, 30 years. So.
Okay, great. Good session?
It was good.
Yeah.
Very lively.
Okay, great. Well, listen, Emmett, we've run out of time, but thanks very much for your time. I appreciate it, and thanks for coming to the show. We've been talking to Emmett Tydings, CEO of AB&T Telecom, coming to you from IT Expo East 2011 here in Miami. Thanks again for your time.
Thanks, Patrick.